Hey, what's up, my BMX nerd friends? Welcome back to another episode of Kanode Knows, brought to you by Dig BMX. This week's episode is with Lewis Mills. You might have heard of him. He just won Street Part of the Year, Nora Cup, presented by Our BMX and Ryan Fudger. Wow, we got conflicting media companies in the intro already. Let's go. This is Nora Cup celebration podcast with Lewis, and I'm so glad that he hit me up to do it. I love this man. I've only met him once in person, but he gave me a kiss on the cheek, so I'll love him forever. Love you, Lou. I really enjoyed this conversation. Before we get into it, make sure you smash that like button, hit subscribe. Let's help the Dig BMX channel grow. Let's get my personal channel just up to 1,000. That's all I ask. That's like 51 more people. Subscribe to my YouTube, please. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, make sure you leave a review so that it gets pushed out. And yeah, is that too much to ask, dude? I love you, Lewis. Thanks for coming on. And shout out Ben Norris as well. Without further ado, here's how am I going to do the clap? Here's Lewis Mills.
What do I say? Oh, got it.
What did Ben say? Hey, Lewis Mills, what you sipping on, man?
I'm sipping on a little bit of beer, because gets the mouth moving more, I think.
For real. I got tequila in my freezer just for this podcast. I took a little shooter of tequila, and now we're ready to go, man.
Yeah, same shit. You don't get nervous at all, but I don't know. Every time I'm about to call or have an interview, like 5 minutes before, I'm like, oh shit, what the fuck am I gonna say? Yeah,
shit's exciting, man. This partnership with Dig made me feel like I was 18 again, like getting sponsored.
Yeah.
Oh, ooh, so cool.
Yeah.
All right, right off the bat, can you fit a Nora Cup in your bike bag? Or did you have to
I didn't do it with the bike bag. I did like a shopping bag sort of situation. I had like this big bag and like the fucking end was sticking out of it and you could see, like the top of it, but I was just carrying it around everywhere, chucking it up in the thing. It was fine. That thing's sturdy.
Oh, you carried it on?
Thrown around. Yeah, I carried it on.
Sick.
I got the flight at like 12 the next day at Heathrow after that Nora Cup night. So
yeah.
That was tough, but managed to bring it home.
Judging from like the homies' stories that I saw, I was like, damn, I wish I was there to party with the boys, dude. Tell me about that night.
We just had everyone come over from like Terry Hills, where I'm from, like all the boys that we grew up riding with, just like 6 of us. So they just moved into a house in the city a little bit closer in. So we just pretty much like broke the house in and celebrated with the cup, had a little cake for Benny. Just chilled, really. We had a few drinks, and then we watched my brother's game. He won. That was pretty much the highlight of the night. So
you got 2 brothers, right?
Yeah, I got 2 brothers, both
Wes
older.
And Callan.
Yeah.
I learned that from a shout out to Head Angle Podcast.
True. Shout out to those boys. Tom and Matt.
Yeah, Tom and Matt. Like, real quick, educate me. Who are these gentlemen? I'm unfamiliar with the Australia scene.
Tom's an old school rider that he used to own Hell on Wheels, which was like a Sydney bike brand or like a bike shop for, I don't know, ages, like 15 years. I heard of Hell on Wheels when I started riding. Everyone used to buy their bikes there. It was like Hell on Wheels and BMX Mafia. It's like the 2 main shops in Sydney. So Tom run the Hell on Wheels, and then Matt did 2020. He's also done lots of things. I don't know too much about Matt because he's like the older generation before me.
Yeah.
But just 2 OG Australian riders and done a lot for the industry. And
the production value on that podcast, man.
Yeah, John Young. Shout out to John Young. John Young's a fucking OG Sydney filmer too. Filmed all the fucking sick people, Danger, Trent, Ben Piggott, all them. So they know what they're doing. But yeah, they're sick.
While we're on the topic of like older generation Australia riders, like who's the one that you looked up to or look up to? Like if people could know one Australian rider, who would you say to look up?
The one that I always go back to would be Jack Kelly. Because I had different influences before that. Like I had Marnold. I thought Marnold was the sickest rider ever. Have you heard of Marnold?
Oh yeah, he's fucking sick.
Yeah. So I thought he was the steeziest, and then when I started getting into it more, I saw more of Jack Kelly stuff, and Jack Kelly was just on fire on like 2014 and 2015, and that's when I was like well into it.
Yeah.
and he was hanging out with me, and I couldn't believe he was hanging out with us and like riding with us. So I was just like, I don't know, I just loved his riding and how he like rode rails. Like he
Yeah.
was not scared. Like the first time we went to a school, it was like I'm talking like a 30 stair rail or something, and it was just so fucking steep. It was the grass classic, but fuck, it doesn't
Australia
matter.
style. You guys have a lot of
Exactly,
those, dude.
exactly. There's a
Yeah.
lot of those, but fuck, we need to do
But
it.
grass,
But anyways,
whatever.
he just crank arms the whole thing first try, and I was just everyone was just like, "What the fuck?"
That's
So,
awesome.
yeah, I'd say Jack Kelly was definitely up there, but also like Leezy.
Yeah, Lazy. I love Lazy.
Leezy's so sick.
Yeah.
Um,
And just as a person
Tim
too, I've gotten to
Grosser.
hang out with him.
Yeah, yeah.
Tim,
Leezy's fun.
he sure is, man. He's a
Yeah,
character. I think
he's a,
of the when I think of Australia, because I always loved like nose balance tricks. I think of
yeah.
Tom Stratton. Did you ever
Yeah,
hang out
Tom
with him?
Stratton was sick. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I
What's
saw him ride once at an ACT jam when I was younger, and he was doing some hang five stuff, nose many stuff. But yeah, he had a sick little part in those Colony DVDs. We used to get those DVDs at our bike shops for free, you know.
yeah.
So we'd see all those riders. So that's how it pretty much started. Was like we are getting those Colony free DVDs when we just started riding. We're chucking them in, watching it. And yeah, there was like Bazand, Zach Miner, fucking Hyam, you know,
Oh yeah.
JK, everyone. So it was like a good little introduction to BMX, I guess, at an early age.
I
The
love
Colony
it.
DVDs.
Yeah. Dude,
Coops, shout out to Coops.
shout out to Coops.
Yeah, Cooper Brownlee.
Oh, Coops. Sick. Yeah, I know who he is. I don't think I've ever talked to him, but I would love to.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
who's of other? There's another person that I just got put onto. Pat Frayne. He lives out here, and
Yeah.
he came from Australia. He told me about Troy Charlesworth, Big Salad, who apparently I was already following. I think. Did you watch Tear the Club Up?
Yeah, yeah. We all went out to the premiere in Brizzy
Fuck
because
yeah.
Jimmer, we've been getting close with Jimmer.
Yeah.
Sorry, excuse me. Lately, because he's moved to Sydney, and so he had an awesome part in that. So we were just like, yeah, we'll get up there. We all know the Brizzy
Unbelievable.
boys too,
Yeah.
and yeah, it was sick. They hired out like a little cinema. Had a fucking banging 20-minute video. Jake Norris fucking finished it off.
Dude, this
He's
shit
so
slapped,
underrated.
man. Yeah.
So good.
I was
So
blown
good.
away. Like I watched this DVD and I was like, dude, these guys go in. Like every spot
Yeah.
is huge, big
Yeah.
ass rails, and the vibe was
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Anyway,
No.
dude,
It's like another part of Oz that's just killing it. Like Salad and his crew, they've always been killing it. So, and it's sick he's getting back like well into it, because I feel like he sort of stopped when we got into it, and he had like all these videos back in the day, like all the other 2020 videos that were crazy with Voco and shit. So
yeah,
it's good to see him getting back into it.
that's dope.
Yeah.
Well, fuck, we got away from the Nora Cup real fast. Let's talk about Nora Cup night. Let's talk about Battle of Hate, dude. I forget, and maybe it's like been 2 weeks or I don't know how long since, but I was sitting on my couch out here like screaming when the rail jam, dude, when the
The rail jam.
buzzer's about to hit. You guys all have to skid and hit that fucking wood wall, dude. You pull the bar crook bar. I was just like, yo! I started laughing in my house just by myself. I was like, so fun to watch. What was that like, man?
It was fucking sick. At the start, I was like, "Poof, this rail's big." Because we even told Creasy at the start, we're like, we need a fucking rail jam, man. We need a big old rail jam. Like, I don't know, it just doesn't happen that often. So when it actually came down to it and we saw the rail, I was like, poof. But then once it was up there, it was quiet. It wasn't that high, you know, it wasn't like huge. So you could do some shit on it, obviously, but it was just at the start, everyone was kind of nervous and like, I don't know. And then once it started happening and people started to fall and then get back up and keep going, it was like, it was on. So everyone was just like,
yeah, Lacey set the vibe with the falls, like getting back up and going, dude.
Yeah. Like,
that shit
he
was
was
so fun to watch, man.
So savage, yeah. And like the crashes into the fence, like Gary dislocated his finger and then just popped it back in and kept riding.
Yeah,
so,
dude, so fucked.
Yeah.
Did you hurt yourself?
Yeah.
I think I heard the announcers. Shout out to Chris and Trey, dude. They were fun. Could you guys hear them live? Probably
Nah,
not.
no. We
Dude,
just
on the
heard Daryl and
webcast,
Andy.
they were so fun, dude. Like Chris and Trey
Really?
bouncing because
I haven't watched the footage back. I need to watch it.
Chris is old school and he's just watching, like he's like, wow, look at that amazing stunt. And then Trey is like, that's a switch-footed switch hanger. Like he's explaining all the complex shit that Godwin's
Jordan
doing.
was good. Yeah.
Yeah, unreal.
Yeah, I didn't understand how John did all those things because I didn't know what was going on. I was kind of more focused on what I was doing, and then I was seeing some bits and bobs. But then when I watched all the highlights back, like Jordan's tricks, I was like, "What the fuck?" Like
He's insane.
doing both things with different feet. Like I can't even bunny hop normally with my other foot.
That's what I'm saying.
You know,
Yeah, like I tried
I
manual
don't
switch
understand.
footed
Like
is
they're doing all these,
ridiculous.
you're doing bars, 180 bars. Like I'm just like, damn, I can't do that. Eh?
It's so progressive, like in Felix too, like just switching your feet and then throwing the bars the other way. I think like I bet I don't know. Some people would probably do it on purpose, like skateboarding. Like in skating, that's a huge thing. Doing it switch makes it a whole nother
Mm,
level, right? You know more
mm.
than I do about skate, but
Yeah, I think it's just taking off that skate influence of just like doing things switch. But in my mind, I think sometimes it looks all right, but for me, most of the time, I just feel like it looks like you've just started to ride again. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Like,
yeah,
when you're fresh on a bike and you're learning your tricks,
yep,
kind of just looks like that. Like I feel like with skating, when it looks switch, the harder it looks, the better it looks. But with riding, sometimes it looks worse, in my opinion. But
I could see that.
the shit that they're doing is just like uncomprehendable. Like I
Yeah,
just look at it, I'm just like, wow.
especially down that big ass rail, dude, on the beach.
Yeah. I
You know
mean,
what I
no,
was?
that stuff. That stuff looks real good. Jordan makes that look real good.
Oh yeah,
The the switch foot grinds, everything like that. But sometimes when you see like a bunny hop 3 or like a feeble hard or something with a switch foot, I just think it looks weird.
yeah, and like you have to the editing of the video that it's in has to make sense too, because like I think
Yeah,
Grant
that too.
Grant did a great job with Jordan's part in Honey and Felix's
Mm,
part as well, because like
mm,
you would see a clip and you'd be like, that seemed kind of chill for him, but then you realize, oh, that whole thing was switch footed and switch or opposite pegs and the
mm,
opposite.
mm.
It's like, you know what I mean. So
Yeah.
let's go back to the rail jam. Did they built that shit just for this contest?
Yeah, just for that contest. It was literally there for the day. Like it got built and finished, and then it was raining, so we didn't know we were going to do it that day. Then it happened that day, and then literally like an hour after they were tearing it down because people after were like, "Oh, I want to ride the rail," but they just already unscrewed it. It was funny.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
Um,
but it was definitely in my opinion, the highlight of being a part of that one.
I'd say so. I mean, the park contest was dope too, but the rail
Yeah,
jam was the highlight
the
for
park
me.
contest is always fucking insane.
Yeah, the energy in there. I don't know.
Mm.
Tell me the story, Lou. What's it like being I've never been to Battle of Hastings. How did it go?
Honestly, it's pretty daunting on the finals day, like for me, because like the other days are chill. I've rode that park a million times. It's super fun, and I'm comfortable in it. But then once everyone's like in there and they're banging, and
Yeah,
then it's like your time to go,
yeah.
you're like, shit, you know.
Let's
But
go.
that's every time. That's every time. No matter what I do, it's like any contest, any pressure situation, it's just like, oh, here we go. You
Here we
get more
go.
tense. Yeah, but it's good because the vibe isn't that daunting. It's like more of an excitement one, so you go a little harder. So like if you were at X Games, it's kind of more like don't fuck up, don't fall over on these little things. But at Hastings, like doesn't matter if you fall, like do something big, like
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like do something hard and you get a big bang. I
Why do
don't
you
know.
think that is?
Just because I feel like the pressures, you don't put that pressure on yourself. It's like I think the X Games has a big aura around it, once you're there and
Yeah,
the
and
whole
you're not on a
process of
team at
going
X
there.
Games.
Yeah, and it's like you're around these certain people and it just feels more like important or more like pressure behind it. Like there's more eyes on it. So at Hastings it feels like heaps of locals are just coming out and cheering you on. You're just like trying to ride hard.
Yeah.
You
Fuck
know what I
yeah.
mean?
Yep. I know
Yeah.
exactly what you mean. And I think that like not being individually competing is key too, because then like your team can carry you if you mess up or whatever. It's a
Exactly.
team effort.
Exactly. The team aspect is so good because you see other people going like really well. Like this year when I saw like Jose ride, I was like, holy shit, like yes, like we got Jose, like this guy's fucking nuts. Because I've only seen him a couple times at contests and I think X Games and stuff, and sometimes you don't watch everything, so you miss out and stuff. So I didn't really see him ride. So this was pretty much the first time I saw him ride, and he in finals pretty much carried us because we all, I mean, I fucking shut the bed and what's it called? I don't think all of us stomped our runs. Like everyone killed it, but I think our team just slipped the ball a little.
Yeah.
But Jose, man, was fucking insane.
Bro, I would hate to be a judge at that thing.
Mate,
I watched the
that's
whole
what
thing.
Ben was
I was
talking
like,
about.
man.
Yeah,
I can't.
he was
like,
just like it's sorry, yeah, he's just like he was talking about like a street move and then some fucking flare whip or a 540 whip or like
yeah. How do you
how are you
compare?
gonna
Like
how do you compare?
watching Dovey ride that bull was
Yeah,
fucking
true.
amazing. And then you're
Hmm.
over there doing tech shit, and also you can do everything. Boyd was going off. That shit was fun, man.
Yeah, yeah,
What was the
yeah,
highlight for
definitely.
you? Who out of the whole thing, like forget, being your team or whatever, who was the highlight for you to see ride in the park?
In the park, I'd say
And
Jack
also on the
Clark.
rail.
Jack Clark for the
Yeah.
park because man, that guy is just so fun. Like he's just a funny dude, and he just gets on his bike and he's fucking killing it. He just
Yeah.
rides with good energy, and I don't know, he's just fun to watch. I just had my eyes on him more. But then, wait, what'd you say also
And on the rail.
on the rail?
But you weren't really watching
Lacey.
people. You were like taking part.
I was watching Lacey because once he took a few falls, I was like, holy shit, like Lacey's going in.
Yeah.
So I was more or less just watching what Lacey was doing. Who else was I watching? I saw Gary Young doing over feeble,
Yes,
which was
dude.
sick,
I was so hyped on
right in
that.
front of my
Yeah.
eyes. And then
Yes.
and then I saw what's it, Grant?
Yeah.
Fucking
Grant Uby.
huge over crank, but like
Yep.
he did it like that, and then he glided and he was just completely sideways, and I just had the best view of it. So I just remember those little ones where I stopped and then
Yeah.
was about to go up the rail and was watching it. But those two, I was like, damn. And Garrett.
Yeah.
I saw his bar ice one, and I was like, how the fuck did you just pull that?
Yeah, he wrangled it up, dude. I don't.
Yeah.
That was pretty wild. The rollout. That was so fun to watch, and like it's cool to see Garrett. I mean, obviously goat, but it's like you're a human being, and doing a bar ice easy 180 down a big ass handrail is not easy. So like,
Oh, but he has a backstory to this, right? He
it's a
didn't get his
brand new
bike.
bike, right? Yeah.
Brand new bike, but he rode that bike for like 20 minutes in the main bit before going out there. And that was pretty much the first thing he rode was that fucking huge rail.
That's
So
pretty crazy.
he was pretty much warming up on a brand spanking new bike on like felt like an 18 stair rail.
And just still doing it. Still doing it.
Still doing it and won it. So shout out to Gary the God.
How did you decide on which tricks to try? Like what's going through your head towards the end of
Oh,
the thing when you're like, all right, bar crook bar.
mate, I was literally just ticking off all the things I knew I could do. Like
Yeah.
I love riding rails like that, but that was pretty big, so I could adjust. But I just wanted to do heaps of tricks. That's all I wanted to do. And then I realized after it was two of your best tricks, so I didn't listen. I didn't
Yeah.
know, so I was just doing heaps of tricks. But I enjoyed doing that more because in the end, because it was just fun.
What were you most proud of on that rail?
Fuck, what was the one that was maybe the crank pegs one because I haven't done that in ages.
Sick.
Like done a crank pegs to hard, but no, what was maybe the rail ride one? I was kind of
Yeah.
annoyed that I wanted to do that again or do like a rail ride 180 bar, or maybe rail ride whip. If we had a little bit more run out, because by the time you do a rail ride, you've got so much speed, and then when you land, like if I was gonna do like a 180 bar, you'd pop out a bit and then you'd cab pretty much into the fence. So
Yeah, you'd be in the ocean.
yeah, but I was like I got a heel bruise halfway through, sitting
That's
down
what
for
I
a bit. And I
heard.
was like, I might not ride, and then I got back into it. But then once I did that rail ride 180, it was over, and I was like, oh fuck, I want to go more.
Yes.
But
Sick. The
but
adrenaline,
it's
man.
because the vibes at the end, where everyone was just getting their tricks.
Yeah. That's fire.
Yeah, yeah,
And then it was that night that you got the big old trophy, right?
yeah. Or the next night, yeah,
Next night.
yeah,
Let's
the
talk.
next night. Yeah.
Tell me that story too, man. Tell me about it. Nora Cup. I wish I could have been there. What was it like?
Oh, um, yeah, this year was sick. Like, good crowd. Um, yeah, all the awards were fucking. Everyone deserved all those awards, and everyone had good speeches. And yeah, I don't know. It's just yeah, it was just funny. As soon as it happened, like when my award started to come up and everyone was like circling around me and shit, it felt like I was gonna be bummed at that point if I
Yeah.
didn't get it because
Yeah.
everyone was pumping it up, you know. So I
Yep.
was like, oh shit, here we go. And then once Van said it, I just looked down and I think I was Boyd or someone. I just see some dreads underneath me, and then I just get picked up,
Yes,
and I
sir.
have two drinks, and I'm like, whoa, like start losing it, just throwing my drinks,
Fuck
and then they
yes.
put me on the stage, and then yeah, I was pretty like I had some champagne before that because I wanted to get a little bubbly, you know, like in
Uh-huh.
case I won, in case I did have to have a speech because I don't know, I didn't want to be bone sober up there, just like
Yeah, just well, thank you everyone for
yeah, like
the
I would make it just I don't know, I would bug out, so I just had a few drinks before and I was just rolling,
Was there
boom,
anything
just
that you like had in mind that you were gonna say? Like for sure, you were like, all right, I got to shout out. Well, obviously, shout out Ben.
shout out Benny and the boys pretty much,
Yeah,
like because I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for Ben. Like we say this to each other all the time, you know, like it wouldn't be anything, you know, without him or even us together, you know, like we built this
yeah,
together. So um it was yeah, it was pretty much more about Ben because even that award just has my name on it, you know. We want to have Ben's name on it because it's half because, you know,
yes.
it wouldn't be
Cut it.
possible without Ben.
You can
So
get it
we're
on
gonna
there.
we're gonna get the engraving done. We were gonna
Fuck
do it
yes.
ourselves, but we didn't. We were gonna fuck it, so we're gonna get it done better.
Yeah, just scratch it in with like a knife.
Yeah,
Just
yeah, we
and
were gonna
Ben.
do that, but we'll get it. We'll get it nice.
Congrats, man. That's fucking
Thank you.
amazing. Against
Yeah,
like
thank
a
you.
stacked nomination crew,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
wild.
Like Kevin's video is like ridiculous. Alex
Yeah,
is ridiculous.
Dennis's
Uh,
right. That was up for
Dennis is just
nomination. Let's say it.
ridiculous. Yeah, yeah.
Like
Like that's
unbelievable.
just that's unbelievable for me, especially like looking up to those people when I start writing. You know,
Yeah. Did
like
you
those
see
people.
Peter predicted it? Peter Adam? I don't know if you watched the
It's gotta be
episode.
Liu. It's gotta
Yeah.
be Liu.
Yeah. That's sick. It's just
I
I
love
think like
Peter.
your video ended up being the one that everybody watches, even all the pros watch when they're on a trip to get stoked. It's the vibe. It's everything about it.
Mm.
It's more than just the writing. Like it's what you put
Yeah,
into it. And me and
yeah,
Ben touched on this, but we should talk about that. Like he said that you intentionally wanted to get life in the background of the video. You know what I mean?
yeah. Well, it was more or less. It started when we were going on camping trips, and I always felt like I needed to do things for sponsors, like come out with video content. So what we do is we got over doing trips by just going and driving to spots and just getting out and fucking filming all day and then going home all sore. Like I was like, let's go and have some fun. Let's go camping and then hit skate parks and maybe hit a spot, save that footage, blah blah blah.
Sick.
But then it rolled on from that, and we just had so much lifestyle footage, and it was all kind of funny to us. We didn't really give a shit if it was in there or not. We just thought it was funny. So then it kind of identified with like all our video projects is like kind of like all of us boys and what we do, and I don't know, just kind of rolled on from there. But I don't know, with the video we kind of just choreographed it together. We were just like I was just like I want it like here, I want this thing here, I want this at the end with these vibes. Like Benny just had all the ingredients, and we just kind of sat there and just fucking stewed it together, and it
Peppered
kind of
it
just
together. Yeah.
yeah, no.
That's what Ben was saying. You taught him a lot in how to film and like so I mean, we don't have to go over the shit that you've already talked about on another podcast, but to catch people up, like you guys
Yeah,
grew up together, you were at primary school, like and you would link up and ride and Ben wanted to get a camera, he wanted to get a GoPro, but you had already been into skating and the scene and so you had a DSLR with a fisheye, so you like knew kind of
mm,
what's up and then
mm,
you and Ben or you showed him the way and you
mm.
said no, what don't film it like that, film it like this, you know, this angle sucks or whatever. You
Yeah.
had the
Well,
eye
I
for
was
it.
Well, it would just started because I had a mate Kelly in the local suburb that we just skated together, and then we got hooked on that, and we were filming each other nonstop. And I had a GoPro, filmed the GoPro edits for skating, and then I moved up to a DSLR, and I had the camera, and I was ready to go. And then I kind of quit skating because the boys were building jumps up the road, so I just got into that. That's when me and Benny kind of clicked because he wanted to film now.
Yeah.
So I kind of just fucking influenced Ben in a way, just like this is how I saw it from skating. Let's just do the exact same what I did with skating, but with riding.
Yes.
And that was the mentality from the start, really. It was like kind of we were into BMX because we rode it, but we had other influences out of it already prior to like it wasn't just like we were just in love with BMX, but we got into that. Kind of going off on a tangent here, but
Go.
um
You take from
yeah,
skateboarding because like it's a different sport, but it's the same principles in filming.
it's the exact same. And
Yeah.
us bikers, we copy skating constantly,
Yep.
constantly. So it's the exact same. We feed off each other too. Like there's skateboarders that would feed off bike videos.
Fuck
It's the
yeah.
exact same thing, but it's just a different bloody obstacle. I mean, thing,
Yeah.
Like shit hasn't changed for me. As soon as I was skating, it was the exact same. You're looking for a stair set or a rail, but now you're looking for maybe a bank wall. Like
Yeah.
film it the same. Yeah.
It's interesting because you can ride totally different shit on a bike than you can on a skateboard. And that's what I think
That's what
skaters
I'm
always
saying.
trip out on. They're like, oh my God, you could ride down that gravel right there. That's cool.
That's the best tool. That's why BMX is the best because you can do it everywhere. You can ride over the stoppers, you can ride on grass, dirt, glass, whatever.
For real.
Yeah. But yeah, going back with that Benny thing, we just grew up in the suburb together, all of us boys, and we were just constantly like filming things because we wanted to edit. And I really wanted to edit too. I loved editing because I don't know, I just had a passion for videos. And
What did you learn to edit on?
iMovie, bro.
iMovie.
iMovie. I was the iMovie king.
Yes.
No. But yeah, I just had iMovie. We had a VX at one point. I was importing VX footage into the iMovie, even when we were just doing like 180s. I think the filming and the editing was way more important than just the writing from the beginning, looking back, because I'm looking at all these videos. We had the VX, we had the cruisy filmer. Like we had all these things, but we just didn't have tricks or style or nothing. So I think everything has happened now because I felt like my writing's evolved to the way where it's good now. But the filming's always been fucking banging. Look back at all the edits. It's just like the writing had to catch up. So I finally caught up to Ben.
It is like it's a team sport in that sense, like you can be a dope ass writer, but if you're just like and no shade on people who do this, but set up a tripod, phone angle, and then do a banger and post it on Instagram, it's a totally different thing. There's something to the filming.
You need a filmer. You need the best filmer, and you need to help them, and you need to bounce off each other. Like you have no idea how important that filmer will be, because like I said, like what if I didn't put out an edit with Ben? Where would I really be?
Yeah, for real. It's
where
wild
would I really
to think
be?
about. Yeah,
it is. I'm sure I'll be somewhere, but I don't think I'd be in this spot with these opportunities and this sort of response from the video.
Yeah.
So
the best video of the year. Let's
go.
Let's give people a little bit of history on Lou. Like I know you were on Volume and Demolition first. Was that from like a distributor? Shop hookup.
Yep, Terry from BMX Mafia asked me one day after school, getting a little repair. I was like, hell yeah.
I was like, yeah, all right.
I mean, but if I'm gonna be honest, I remember when he said it to me, I was like, because I don't know, I was in that mode where I wanted like, I don't know what I even wanted at that point, but it wasn't volume and demo at the point. But when they asked me, I was like, yeah, you know what? Fuck yeah. But I ended up loving it because I met Jackman, Boyd, Terry helped us out so much. Like, shout out to Volume and Demo. But
was Jackman already hooked up by Volume and Demolition when you got on? Is he older?
Yeah, I think he was. He's 2 years older.
Nice. Okay. He's a killer.
He was already. He's so good.
Yeah.
He's been killing it for so many years, but I feel like he's really tapped into his Steve's, pardon me, lately. So yeah, he's already smashing it.
And he had a guest clip in your Nora Cup winning video as well, huh?
Yeah, he did. Steezy little bar manny down the street with some hops, bum
Yes,
out.
sir. That's a vibe, dude. It's a vibe.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
then
We
what
try to
happens
create the vibe.
after? So you start. I mean, you get hooked up by Volume and Demolition. What does that mean?
Mm.
What's your obligations now through the shop? What did they say to you? You know, like this is because like this is kids' dreams. You know, to be in that.
Oh, true. I
Yeah.
feel like a brat. I feel like a brat. You know what? I was stoked. I was calling everyone. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Anyways, um, pretty much. I can't even remember what Terry says. Oh, actually, no. It was always my dream to get on something and then film a welcome edit. You know, back at that
Yes.
time, I was like, you know what? I don't give a shit. I want to film a welcome edit. So that was the point when I got on. I was like, shit, yeah, I got a welcome edit. You know, so
You.
um, told Betty we started filming on that. I think actually no, I did that with Chris White. Shout out to Chris White. He taught me how to ride street pretty much and film, but he filmed that and that was pretty much it. I didn't have to do much. I was already posting a lot on Instagram because I was super just enthusiastic about filming clips on Instagram too. And
Yeah. There's a
so
weird balance there, like working on a welcome to the team edit, but also like maintaining your Instagram social
yeah,
media presence.
yeah.
Because that's it's just part of the game if you're trying to, you know, make something out of BMX. Like, did you consciously do it, or you just like naturally? This dude, it from my other outside world of like real estate and you know like being freelance videographer. There's a lot of talk of like social media strategy. So
Mm.
tell me,
Mm.
Lou, as a professional BMX rider, did you have a social media strategy, and how did you implement it?
Well, honestly, um, at the start, like I think there was always this stigma, like you only film your best clips on Instagram, like you can't do that. But literally everything that I filmed was fucking hard. Like I
Yeah,
was everything. Like when I was filming my Insta or a clip, like if I had like a camera and the camera was filming me or whatever, I don't know, it just kind of makes you just like try harder. So every Instagram I filmed I was nitpicky about it. I wanted to do it a certain way. I wanted to film a certain way. I'd always get Benny to film it because Benny knew how to film, or people that knew how to film. Like I wasn't too anal about it, but
you have high standards. Yeah,
I wanted to make it look all right because I'm putting in the time and effort. I want to look back on it myself and you know see a
yeah,
good clip. So ever since the beginning, yeah, it was like I remember just thinking, just put out the best shit and just keep it like sort of consistent. And then I was writing so much at the time that it didn't even really feel like I had to do it. So it never felt like, oh, I need to get on my Instagram game or nothing like that. It was just like I just was writing so much and I wanted to film because I was kind of hooked. When I
yeah,
started getting like a little bit of following too, I wouldn't lie, like I was kind of hooked on it. Like
yeah. It feels
getting that,
good. It feels
it feels
validating.
good. And like when you see numbers climb and stuff, you're just like, oh, come on, you know?
Yeah,
And then
yeah,
you even go, sometimes I would drive down to the skate park and I'd just be fucking fiending and riding and doing a skate park clip, you know? Because
yeah,
I know it'd work.
yep,
As bad as that sounds, you know, because it's just like, yeah, you just get hooked on it. But
yeah.
that
That's
was at a
dude. They
time,
get you, man. It's addicting. Attention
it
is
is
addicting.
addicting.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's no
it
shit.
definitely is. And if people fucking don't agree, they're lying. Like
They
honestly,
are lying, 100%.
they're lying. They're
Yeah,
lying.
it's
Everyone's got the
human nature.
gram.
That's
Yeah, it's
that's
human
why that's
nature.
why we're all staring at our phones all fucking day. You know, but
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
either there's people who consume and then there's people who produce. I feel like I don't know. I think
I
you
was talking about this
put
today.
shit out. You put shit
Mm.
out, but instead of scrolling all day. But I wanted to know because like in the other podcast, shout out Head Angle, you were talking about when you were young, your older brother would say, "I got more tricks," and then
Yeah,
you get that competitive spirit. So the question is,
yeah.
why do you think you've gotten so good at BMX?
I'd say that I think being brought up in my family, it was super competitive, like everything. Like, um, my dad had standards, my mom had standards, my brothers had standards. Like, I don't know, it was just we all played team sports, and there was just a certain vibe. Like, you couldn't fucking drop the ball. You
Yeah, you're
know, you had
all
to.
in.
You got to be on. And like, if my dad saw me at a football game not putting in effort, you'd hear about it in the car. You know, like
Yeah,
everything was. I guess it was disciplined and um yeah, just felt like there was a standard, but that's not a bad thing at all. They pushed me in good ways. They never pushed me in a bad way. It was
Yeah,
just
fuck
like,
no, it's not a bad thing.
it's
What
not a
team
bad
sports
thing. It
did
was
you
just
play?
like, I played fucking heaps of things, but I played rugby a lot. Played rugby for years and years. Played a little bit of AFL, which what my brother does. Rode motorbikes. Just did lots of things. Surfed. Just an active kid, I guess. I was
When you
just
say
always out. My
football,
parents,
that's soccer, right? You were talking about football
nah,
earlier.
footy's like rugby's like tackling, like NFL, but without the pads.
Wait a second. No, I know what rugby is, but when you
Hmm.
earlier you said football,
Oh, AFL.
that's soccer?
No, no, no. That's Aussie football. It's like our league of football here.
Okay.
So it's a mix between rugby and soccer, I guess you could say. It's its own
Okay.
type of brand of football. But yeah, watch some clips. I'll send you some clips of my brother or something. Give you an idea.
Sick. So he's on like our Australia's version of the NBA for
Yeah,
rugby.
yeah,
Sick.
football. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's
Yeah.
dope. You got
So
some, and he's the older brother, right?
yeah, he's the older brother,
Yeah.
and
So
their
you
grand
gotta
finals
fill some
on Saturday.
shoes, dude.
I know, I know,
they're
I
like
know.
they're like
That's
cool
the thing.
trophy little bro.
Little bitch. Nah, but he's been a big influence too. Just seeing him with the football stuff, like he's just been driven for so many years, and I think that contributes to what I was doing. Like
Yeah.
his spirit of not giving up, and um, like because his sport's really tough. You got to be up all the time, fit, can't drink too much. You got to be disciplined. So I guess that being around in my background in my family, it's kind of just rubbed off on me. So
Yeah, is that how you are? Like when you're on a trip, or you take it easy on the booze, or
nah, nah. I'll do whatever I feel, but
yeah,
I just felt like being in that influence as an early kid, it's just shaped me to be a bit more mellow when it comes to like,
party mode?
partying.
Yeah.
Yeah, party mode.
Well,
So
do you just keep your eyes on the prize, stay focused and obsessed with getting good at
I
BMX. So
mean, but I
yeah.
don't, but I do. It's in the back of your mind always, but it's not like everything. I think I always just want to have fun.
Yeah, that's
So,
that's what Ben was saying when I was asking him about the process of filming this video. Like you made it a point, let's just go have fun. And like no
yeah.
plan, no like
Mm,
thinking too
mm,
hard and going to this spot
mm,
and working on this
mm,
trick. It was just cruise around the city and see what
mm,
happens. Which
mm,
is fucking
mm.
wild.
And somehow that's when we created our best shit because I always thought having that mentality would mean that I'm lazy and unprepared because the prior edits I used to write down the things that I wanted to do
Yeah.
and like I was like this trick is gonna do this and fucking blah blah blah. But this at that point I did that maybe like for 3 edits and then this one I was like, bro, I'm over this. Like I just want to ride and not feel like I have to do this because it put more strain on what it what it really is. Like I thought it was a job. It's not a job. Like
Yeah.
it's how you treat it. So I was just getting up, doing whatever I wanted, and just riding around whenever I wanted, and then it somehow produced my best footage.
The
I don't
Nora
know.
Cup winning video part of the year, baby.
Yeah, I don't understand it, but yeah, it happened. I guess. Is that tequila?
No, dude, no fucking way. Imagine. No, I had this much tequila, this much water.
uh,
We got work in the morning.
oh, fair, fair. I need to keep
Uh,
my phone charging. There
shit,
it is.
man.
Where did I go? Fuck.
Yeah, you disappeared, bro.
Yeah, sorry, I'm back.
I
It's
forgive you.
checking my phone's charging.
Uh, at one point in time, you were dedicated to being a scooter rider, and you landed a backflip on a scooter. Are you proud of that?
Honestly, I was stoked. I was stoked. I was so chuffed. And you hear it in my other podcast. I'm pretty sure I spoke about this, but yeah, I got home and I told my brother, and he's like, "That shit, on
Doesn't
a
count. Get
scooter."
off the scooter, pussy.
Legit, legit. Even when I did my first flip on a bike at Monster Skate Park, I cased the box, like full cased, like half the bike. And then he just comments on my post. He's just like, "Nice
Cased.
fucking case or something," you know?
Dude, that kind of explains like your vibe. I've known you over the internet, but we met in person for the first time I think last year in California, and just like you're just so nice and you're a homie and you know how to kick it with people, and I think might have something to do with those older brothers hazing you and
Yeah,
like
yeah,
knowing how to handle yourself. You're like
yeah.
easily one of the friendliest, most nice awesome, best BMX riders I've ever met. It's fucking awesome.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. You're the best. Damn.
Um, so
Blushing.
we could just make each other blush all day. What are you doing today? Today's your, we were DMing, and I was just like, "Can we podcast? What you been up to since you've been
Actually,
back?"
today was actually honestly a pretty good morning. Normally, I don't do much in the mornings because there's not much to do at the moment. But I had a little Vans meeting. I don't even know if we can talk about what we're doing, but I'm doing some drawings and stuff. So it's like next year is going to be a project with Vans, and it's
Like
just
a
like
hybrid commission slash writing thing?
maybe I don't
Maybe
know,
can't
but
speak on that. I can't speak on that right
I don't
now,
know.
Bob.
I need to ask, but I'm sure it's fine. But yeah, I'm just doing some work with Vans that I'm really excited about
That's
because
fucking
it's
awesome.
like
They tap into
yeah,
your other shit too, like the
yeah,
painting.
yeah, like more of the creative way too. So I feel like it's awesome I can showcase both things because I really want to get into art more lately because I'm just like the traveling this year was a bit hectic with all the trips and contests and the highs and the lows. I just felt
Yeah,
like this summer I just want to chill, just get some paintings and
yeah. What's on your wall behind you right there?
oh, this is my missus room.
Ah, okay. Oh,
I
who's
don't
the
know
what's the
what I
missus
got.
like? How long
What's the
have you
missus
guys been
like?
together? I knew that you had a girl
uh
because I saw like look at the superstar who came back to see me. You reposted on your story.
we had
It
a laugh about that. That was funny.
was very
um
funny.
Nah, she's awesome. Alana, yeah, we've been seeing each other for this year. So it's pretty hard. She lives in Melbourne and I live in Sydney. So
And you're
I
traveling
come
the
down
world,
here.
dude. That's a tough one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And this year's hectic. But I was saying, I just laughed. Like the first year I'm with you, I got the gold. That's the perfect in.
Yes. Hey, baby girl, I got
No,
an
I'm
X Games
kidding. I'm
gold medal.
kidding.
You want to kick it?
But yeah, no, she's awesome. We've just been hanging out a bunch this year, and it's like the perfect little escape now. Because normally you're just riding with the boys and you go on trips, and
Yeah,
it's
you're
good to have.
dating the homies and the BMX bike. My parents used to
You
say
are,
that I was dating my bike because I'd go to the skate park every night instead of going out and trying to
yeah,
date girls.
yeah, exactly. It consumes your life, so
It sure
it's great
does.
to have like another motivation to do something else.
Yeah, and like
Keep a nice balance.
for me, dude, like I'm not going on nature trips like just on my own whim. I'm not gonna go on some cool planned adventure to like
Yeah,
an exotic place, but with a girlfriend
yeah,
who's into that, man, that's the
yeah.
best.
That's what I was saying yesterday. I was like, you know what? I don't go to I don't go to restaurants and get a wine
Yeah.
and some food like that. And I don't go like, you know, yeah, to the mountain ranges or stuff like that by myself or with, I mean, you do it with the boys sometimes, but like having a girl that you like, it's just like, you just enjoy things that you never thought. So
It's called
it's nice.
cupcaking activities, man. Cupcaking is
Yeah.
so fun
Yeah. Yeah. I'm
until it
smitten
ends.
until it ends. So
And
yeah.
then you feel pain, but you know what? Pain's part of the love too.
Yeah.
All right. So you were telling me about your day. The like Van's meeting. What else? What time is it there right now? It's bedtime for me, but it's
I don't even know. I think it's like around 2 o'clock. I don't know. I'm just gonna cruise. I don't even know what I'm gonna do today because I still got a heel bruise
yeah.
from that bloody rail.
Those that
So
might be the most annoying injury, the heel bruise, dude, because it takes
I
forever. You feel it
yeah.
every time you take a single step, and then riding you can ride, but you don't want to
And then when you
bail.
put your foot down, it's all
Oh,
over.
dude, I fucking
Yeah,
hate it. And
I
then you
did
have
it
to
the
wait
other
another
day
couple weeks.
because yeah, I was like, fuck it, have a ride. You can't feel it, and then put my foot down. Oh my god, my legs. Yeah, and I just died, and it's back to normal. It takes like a month for it to go completely normal. I feel.
Yeah, it takes forever. It's so annoying. It's the worst injury. Maybe
Mm,
not the worst injury, but you know. Fuck
up
it.
there.
Speaking of injuries, what's have you had any serious ones?
Mm, no, just like bumps and bruises.
Knock on wood.
Knock on wood. Wait, where's wood? Yeah. Yeah, just bumps and bruises. Like I can't even remember my
Usual.
last hard slam. Actually, I have a good slam with Dennis. I was riding a park with him in NorCal, and he was just riding around everywhere going crazy, and I felt like I just had to match it or whatever. So I'm pumping around a
Trying to
bowl.
keep up with Dennis on his. Okay.
It's just he just influences you, you just think
Yeah.
it's normal because you rock up to the session, he's just and
Yep.
just hitting everything. So you kind of like, oh fuck it, I'll try a little.
Looks easy. I
So
could do it.
yeah, it looks easy, it's true. But I just tried to pump down this little roller thing, ended up going over bars, but like just on hot concrete and just swelling. But when you have the burn on the top and then your undies get stuck to it for ages.
Ooh.
You know
And
what I
then it's
mean?
yeah,
Shit
and
like
it's
that.
juicy. The body's weird when it heals itself, man. You start seeing
Mm,
some liquids that you've never fucking seen
us.
before coming out. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I don't like those ones because they
Nope,
take
I don't like
ages.
that. Yeah.
They're gross.
That's fortunate, man. I don't know how long you've been riding. How old are you?
24.
Young buck. That's fucking awesome.
Mm, yeah. Yeah.
And you've been
Still
riding
young,
since
but
you were, I don't know, 12, 13?
14.
Like, yeah, I started when I was like 15 myself too.
How old are you now?
32.
32. 32 big ones.
I feel younger now than I did 5 years ago, though. Like 5 years ago, I was a full blown alcoholic fat ass, and
No, you're just fighting fit.
I realized that I was turning 30. Dude, have you heard of the 27 Club?
Yeah, Jimi Hendrix, Janis
Yeah.
Joplin, all them. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You
So
hit that mark?
my young dumbass, like when I was 20 or something, learned about that, and I was just like, that's how I'm gonna fucking live. And I partied my ass off and didn't take care of my health at all. Like, and I just lived as if as if tomorrow didn't matter. And then I wake up one morning and look in the mirror, and I'm like pushing 300 pounds. My hair's down to here. I'm just a fucking bloated alcoholic mess. And I was just like, ah, fuck, I guess I'm gonna be around for a while. I gotta take care of myself. And it's been a journey, dude. Like 4 years of steady trying to lose the weight and getting off the booze. Like, because it was disgusting. Like 2 bottles of wine, couple of beers, and then
Yeah.
order enough food for 2 people and house it down at midnight and then go to bed and wake up and be depressed through work, whatever. But yeah, I feel young is
Big turnaround.
yeah. It's
Fitness
it's
is the key.
it's good. Do you exercise or anything? I mean, you're still young. Are you doing the Matt Ray program, the Chad Curley, all them boys, this professional athlete shit?
No, no,
No.
no, no. I always rant and rave about this. I just say, go ride your bloody bike.
That I can respect that. Just ride your bike.
Because I watched this thing on YouTube and it was some bull rider. This man's chief and Sigs. He does do nothing. He just does what? He rides a wild horse and then he gets on the bull and he has all the instincts of it, It's
Yeah.
one sport. Like when I see everyone at the gym and all the time, I'm just like, that's awesome, but fucking hell, that's so much, man. Just go ride. Like
Yeah.
you can smash it.
Yeah. They are really good, the ones who are
But
training, you know.
I think it honestly is. It's just later on in life. Maybe it's just not that. It's just, yeah. I mean, I talked to Boyd about this. Boyd's always on the other end because he works at the gym and he says he just loves it. It's the feeling of going there
Yeah.
and getting something done. And I think I will get to that point, but I think I'm just still young and just, yeah,
I love it.
I just,
I'm with you, dude.
I can't be bothered at the moment, but I know I'll get there.
Yeah. I think
I'm
it is a
like,
longevity thing. Like your body
mm,
starts to not react to just riding all the time.
yeah,
But
yeah.
that's facts, dude. Just ride your
Soon it's
bike.
gonna bite me in the bum. I guarantee it. Just because I've said it too.
We'll do another one in 3 years and we'll see how you feel
Yeah,
about
I'm
it.
just battered on the bed.
What happened to Lou? I don't know, man. He said he didn't
I
want to
don't
go to
know.
the gym. All right, so I got
Life of
a secret question from the homie Sleep. He said, "Tell me about the Scarface boat trip."
Well, for the video, I wanted to. My dad's got this fuck off big boat, big ass boat, and I was like, that is perfect. We can get all the boys on. We can dress each other up in the '80s Scarface outfit and make it look like this big drug deal. Because my frame will get imported by Gary on the phone, and then it gets dropped off into the ocean, and then I get my boys to jump off into the ocean and go grab it, and then it's the frame, like it's a package from Colombia.
This is a video that
So
exists?
yeah, there's
Fuck
some
me, I
footage
haven't
of
seen
it.
this. Get out of here. What would
It's
I
no, but
search?
It's not out. It's not out. It's
Oh,
not
okay,
out.
okay, okay, okay.
Betty still got it. Betty still got it. But it will go to something. But I don't know. At the end of the day, I thought it just looked like I just looked like a wanker on this fucking huge boat. You know what
Wow,
I
I
mean? I
can't
just
wait to
did.
see you looking like a wanker on a huge boat, dude. That's fucking awesome. What does your dad
Yeah.
do?
He runs a construction business. He pretty much started from the ground up. He was a chippy, like a carpenter. And
Dope.
then I think he got into like architecture and then project management, worked for a different company for a while, then started his own in 2013 and then
That's
he's
the
just built it
move,
up.
dude.
Yeah.
That's
And
fucking awesome. Good for
seeing him
him.
too, he's progressed so much. Like I think, yeah, I think the family has a bit of just like this like constant grind to get wherever they need to go sort of
Yeah,
mentality.
it's in
So I've
your
seen it
blood,
with
man.
him. I guess so. I guess so.
Dude, and that shit will be with you for the rest of your life. Like you apply it to your painting, I know. You apply it to
Mm,
BMX, like,
mm,
and when you change your mind on this silly notion of just ride your bike and you want to get fit, you're gonna go
mm.
balls deep into doing that. What do
Yeah,
you?
exactly.
Yeah,
Once you find that knack and what you like, you'll just dive right into it. Just like we dove into riding, just like how you dove into fitness. Like
yeah.
it's just you just gotta wait and see if something grabs you.
This is so random and off the wall, but I remembered I wanted to ask what your first DSLR camera was, and
I think it was 1100D.
Canon.
Yeah, like a Canon 1100D with some like Rokinon fisheye that was like $300.
Yep, the cheapos. It gets
Yeah,
the
the
job done,
cheapos.
dude.
It does. I thought it
Yeah,
looked good.
yeah.
I thought it looked
Dude,
good.
I've been running Optecas on these VXs for all the
And you
videos.
got a collection.
Oh, these are dead dinosaurs right here. It's crazy.
Oh, they're not working.
Nope. Uh,
Where's the working? How many
the
working ones
one,
do you
the
have of
one with
those
the
ones?
broken one. I have so like this one, the one on the far right works, but not for audio. The mic's fucked up. I could get it repaired for a second angle. Lately, for this mediocre two, it's just been one angle. I just had like having a light bag, and I got Century, a Century Mark II, and a VX
Mm-hmm.
2100,
Mm,
and yeah, I just keep it super minimalist. Like
mm.
most clips, especially if it's a chill one, I'm just doing a single angle. But if it's a banger, I'm setting up my phone like as the second angle just to give it,
Yeah,
some perspective and
bit of perspective.
see what
Fuck
I
it.
can do in editing. Like this, it's we've been saving footage for like 4 years now,
How's
and
it
it's
looking?
I hate every clip because I've seen it all so much. Like
Yeah, but that's the same with us. We
that's
thought
how
our
it
shit was
goes.
weak,
Yep.
so it's not. It's really not.
And it's I've been through this mind fuck before. Like the first mediocre, I was like, this shit is terrible. I hate all the clips, and then you put it together and shows it. Like I feed off of showing the boys. Like when I lived in
Mm,
a BMX house, dude, locking myself in my room, editing somebody's section, and then going out like, hey, grab a beer, come watch this, and then
mm.
I hate it until they're in there watching it and they're going like, dude, this is fucking sick, and then I'm like, it is sick. I like
Yeah,
see
yeah,
it from other people's eyeballs to get
yeah.
my stoke. So living alone,
That's
it's
what.
like low key hard to get the motivation to sit there with my capture camera, go through the tapes, capture the footage. It's just I'm
Yeah,
reaching the end of my pump for doing that shit. Maybe I
yeah.
need to move back into a BMX scummy house.
Yeah, yeah, or even just do it when you're around them because you
Yeah,
could
exactly.
honestly all just sit there on a night and just have some beers and just kick it and you could
Yeah.
all edit together,
That's what
because
I tell them. I'm like, dude, I need you guys to come hang out at my house so that we can
yeah,
capture some footage.
that's how it was with Source. I'm pretty sure when we were there when we were younger with Johnny, we were all just around him and he was just like, always in the corner just editing away and we
I
were just all
fucking love
around him.
Sauce.
He's the
He is
best.
he's right here. Sauce the boss got you on Fiend? Question mark?
Yes.
Tell me
Yeah,
that
bro.
story.
Well, after I hung out with them at Source's house for 10 days when we filmed that Common Crew edit, I was there with Johnny and I just fucking fell in love with Johnny. Like he's writing and shit.
He's
I
a
just,
good human too.
yeah, it's sickest dude. Like we were just kicking it. And I was like, the first time I was like, holy shit, this guy's sick. Cause he was, I don't know, he was just a savage and he had all these sick ass tricks. He had these steves. He
It
had this
doesn't look real.
individuality.
His writing looks like it's a fucking video game. It's so sick.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just, he's just so different. And he was coming on Fiend at the time, and then Fiend came out with that Johnny's Fiending. And I don't know, I was just like, dude, this is the sickest. Like, I'm not going with anyone else because I didn't.
Yep.
The videos were so important for me because I grew up on Fiending. That was the main video
Yeah.
that I pretty much was looking at. So Fiend always was the one because I bought Garrett's frame when I was a kid. And so when that happened after that trip, I was on volume and demo. I was like, nah, fuck that. I'm going. I'm gonna try Fiend. Like,
Yeah.
fuck it. So I left him and then went back home, called Source
Wait,
or
you
Texas
left Volume and
Source.
Demolition before even getting the opportunity with Fiend? You're just like,
Yeah, yeah,
let's end it.
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
unsponsored now.
yeah. Pretty much. I
Okay.
was just set on the fact, like, even if I didn't get on,
You're gonna
I
rock
was
Fiend.
willing to like keep writing and then put in the work to get on that one.
Yeah.
I don't know because even at the start, Alex Heim tried to get me on Vans, but I got declined.
Huh.
So it was just like,
Yeah.
well, I'll just keep going and get better, and I'm sure they'll want it at one point. So it was sick. Source put in the word to Tony Ennis. Tony Ennis showed everyone, and I met Augie when I went to LA in 2017, and it was at Animal House LA, and Johnny was there again.
Was Clay Johnson there?
Clay Johnson was there. Gabe
Yes.
Brooks was there. The first time I ever saw Gabe Brooks. Shout out to Gabe Brooks. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
Um, I was gobsmacked when I saw Gabe Brooks. Like I said, it's to all my mates. Like we grew up watching all his videos, and we thought he's the sickest
Dude, he's
dude.
such a presence. Like being around him, it just
Yeah,
felt so
I
good.
couldn't, I couldn't believe it. I hadn't freaked out on someone like that ever. I don't think like
Yeah.
just his aura. It was just staunch, and he was just like, just
He
I
was
don't
his
know,
own
cool.
ass man, dude. It's crazy. Did this internship at the Come Up at Adam's house, and he would come over all the time. And there's one
Mm,
clip, so I'm filming with the VX in the kitchen, and I say, "Hey, Gabe," and he turns around and does this to me, and
mm.
I was like, "Holy fuck, dude!" Like he's doing it like he's actually done that before. He's shot people before for sure. It's
He's
scary.
just
He was so scary, but so fucking friendly and nice, like in the
yeah,
BMX world, man.
exactly. He just had something about him that was just something
Magical.
bigger.
Anyway,
Mm.
so you met in 2017. You met Augie.
Yeah, I met Augie because Colin had a big fall because I was pretty much tagging with them because I was going to hang out with Mastroni after. The timeline's a bit blurry here, but and then yeah, so Colin fell on this crazy double rail ride and smashed his face and cut up all his face. So he went to the hospital. All the boys went back to the house, and I think I was just by myself. I was just a young ass kid, still wearing a helmet, like just a nerd. And
Young
Augie
Lou.
was like, get in the truck, took me
Hell
around
yeah.
all of LA. We went to some houses, chilling, just had a little fucking night. And I don't know, him too. I looked up to him so much because I thought he was so sick most of his deadline.
Yep.
And like, I thought it was so awesome that he just didn't really care at all and just wanted to look after me and make sure I was good and show me a good time. Like,
He seems like a
yeah,
really good dude. Like
he's
never
such a
really
good
kicked it.
dude. He's
Yeah.
such a good dude. Like, such a
He's
kind person.
he's Italian, right?
I think he's Italian.
From
Yeah,
the scene.
Italian.
He's
And
got that nurturing
yeah,
Italian culture. Just get in the car, just kid. Get
yeah,
in the car.
yeah, yeah. He's just sick. I love it. I fucking love it. I could listen to him talk all day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And he's got that fuck it button, like when it comes to his riding.
yeah.
Like
I've
that's a
seen it too.
totally
Like on
different
that
thing.
Apple House, he'll just fucking won't ride all day. Pull up to the biggest rail and just I don't know, just do one of the craziest things. Like
Yeah.
just yeah, different ways of doing it.
So, and then you're still not on Fiend at this point. You're just hanging out with
Nah,
the
just
boys. You're getting
just
to know them a little bit.
yeah, just hanging out. And then I can't even remember what I did from there, but I just remember I started getting hooked up when I went back to Oz. They linked me with Mike Daly, the distributor from Australia, and then I started to get frames. And yeah, went on from there. I can't remember when I first met. And then yeah, I met, but yeah, and then Garrett came to Oz, and then I met Garrett and Tony, and
Nice.
worked with Calvin for the first time.
Sick. What's
And
it
that was
like
huge.
filming with Tony
The best.
and Garrett? By the way,
Both are the best.
yeah, they really are the best.
They are the best. Like Tony's the man. I love that man. Like him too. Just he's a dude that I look up to a lot. Like he's just such a chiller. He's got the best attitude
I
and
was
vibe.
literally about to say that word exactly, chiller. Like he's a chiller.
He's,
He just
he's just a
chills.
chiller, man.
He
You
likes.
want him around all the time, just to be in the background. You know,
Yep.
just
Yep.
like you just know he's there.
Yep.
But
He's a vibe. It's fun.
he's such a vibe. We've had so many good nights together, so many good times, so many good filming times. Yeah, he's the best. But Garrett too
Yeah, like what
wouldn't
when
be
you I
possible without
mean,
Garrett.
take me through you're on a session with Garrett and Tony. What's Garrett like while you're trying a trick? Or what's Garrett like while he's trying a trick and you're hanging out?
When Gaz is trying to trick, probably takes like 5 to 10 minutes. So I'm probably there, just watching shit. Can't believe it. Um,
Does he bounce ideas off of you, or he kind of has his own he does his he knows what he wants?
I think he's always got his own. He's always got his own mind.
Yeah.
He always knows. So I think I kind of get more influence around him because he's got it locked down, and I'm like the young guy, you know.
Yeah.
So we do feed off each other just by the energy of the writing and the level of the session. You know,
Yeah.
sometimes it can be intense, and then other times it can be super chill.
I
So
love that. You guys both are what like you've reached the level of being able to do all the tricks so that you have your palette and you can paint a picture with your tricks on spots.
yeah,
And that's
yeah,
beautiful. It's a beautiful thing to see. Like your trick
yeah.
selection and spot selection. And Garrett's an artist with that shit hardcore. It's
Hmm.
fucking awesome.
Hmm.
And
Yeah.
Tony makes it all look real good. Is there anything coming
Hmm.
out from Fiend that we can look forward to?
Clausen's got insane footage.
Yeah, I heard about that. Grant
Clausen's,
Castellucci mentioned
Claus, Clausen's got fucking insane footage. Garrett's got heaps of footage. Johnny, everyone's got footage, but I'm actually not entirely sure what we're gonna do with it. So,
that's usually how
um,
it goes. I heard that Tony likes putting, or he's always arguing, like, let's put it out as a team thing.
yeah,
Yeah.
Tony loves making the full edits because
Yeah.
it's like an album for him because it happens every 2 years.
Yeah.
So I can uh I can see why he wants to do that way because it's just more of a you can really make it a complete vibe
Yeah.
or a
It's a
complete
very special thing. Like a
it's a
video
very
part
special thing, yeah.
solo is a special thing, but something that you would put on and watch for 30 minutes or
Mm,
40 minutes, whatever it is. What do you think is the
yeah,
perfect length of a modern day BMX? I like how you called it an
20,
album.
20,
20 minutes.
20. I say this all the time, 20, right? My legs get tired in those premieres. My legs get tired. I have to order beer. I need a wee. You know, like
Yeah.
you go. I loved salads because it was 20. Like you got in there, you had a couple of drinks, you sat down, boom, you watched a banging video, boom, you're out back at the bar and you're talking about the video.
Fuck
I
yeah.
feel like when it's too long, you get there and you're like, by the end of it, you're like, shit, should I go home? You
Yeah.
know, I'm tired.
Yep. That's a good call.
But
I think 20 is a good
20, 20,
magic
because
length.
I just love how Fiend did it. Fiend always did it from like 11 to 20,
Yeah.
you know, and that's just what I like. But I didn't grow up at the time where people were coming out with DVDs locally in my area that I would go and watch. So I didn't get adjusted to sitting there and watching a full prem until
Yeah.
later on. And I kind of came into it with a different perspective, and I was like, I don't know, this seems too long.
Yeah. Yeah. It's because
But
like, it's because of the format of it. Like it literally used to only be available on a DVD and everybody had DVD players. So you wanted like a long thing. It's a weird
yeah,
position to be in to be like saving footage for a DVD at this point in time, you know?
yeah.
I'm
I
with
mean,
you on the 20 minutes.
it's still sick though the longer ones, especially like Chocolate Truck,
Yes.
because you could sit down and watch that on the telly and it'd be nice. You know, it's good to watch.
Yeah.
But I feel like yeah, just premieres sometimes they just feel really long.
Did you watch that AM PM one? There's a
No,
new
I just
AM
saw that
PM
clip. I
video.
just saw
Yeah.
that clip on Instagram and I was like, damn, that was sick.
Dude, that video makes me want to go ride so hard because it's just like New York cutty spots and just
Yeah.
four peggery. What type of shit makes you want to go ride the most?
I don't even know. Maybe an old Simone edit or AK edit or shit that I was watching at the time where I was most into it. So like, yeah, Dig, 2015, AK Edit,
Yes.
all these cult stuff, Garrett stuff, Simone, yeah, sort of just that little era, that
Yeah.
sort of block I'll actually watch and really enjoy. I don't watch too much new stuff. I watch a little bit of old stuff now, just like old Rebel Jams, Jay Miron stuff, because I was going and hanging out with Dennis and like Corey Walsh, and they're like, "Do you know this guy? Do you know this guy?" And I'm like,
Yeah.
"No."
And you're like,
And
I
they're
don't
like,
know.
"Oh my god, like what the fuck?" So I had to write down all these writers' name and watch them because I felt like a fucking idiot.
Yeah, you got to
Um,
study the ones
yeah,
before you, you know?
yeah, exactly. So I kind of had a big study session throughout 2021 and 2020 because I was living with Jackman, and Jackman was putting me onto all these old videos, and we were rinsing and we were watching literally every old video, nothing new, and we were going out and riding. And I guess that sort of shaped the edit towards the end of the more burly clips because it was just like, fuck it, BMX, you know?
Yeah, for real though. That's legit. Like some shit is just timeless. Like
Yeah,
when the song changes and you do that tire ride to Big Drop, that's timeless. That's
yeah,
something that somebody could have done, in 1998, but
yeah,
still just fucking fire. I love that.
yeah, yeah. I just wanted to bring a bit more of that in. So,
Yeah. It's
yeah.
interesting that that's like a conscious choice. That's
Mm,
that's what I was blown away when Ben told me like you wanted it to be like in the city, have people walking in the background and
mm,
consciously like decide to bring that, city vibe
mm.
into it.
Yeah, because I was just sick of the school looking footage in Oz. Like I felt like we were branded to one sort of image.
Yeah.
And so there's not consistent Sydney footage in one blockage for BMX. There is for skateboarding, but we live in the city and we ride in the city. I was just like, well, let's just stay here and film everything here. It's sick.
Fuck yeah.
Looks so good. It's a
Yeah.
unique city, and we need to showcase where we live and what our fucking
Yeah.
place
The
looks
only
like.
other the other piece to it is the music.
Mm.
Who's influencing that? Ben said it's just like the type of shit that you guys listen to when you're kicking it. Like it's what are your
Yeah,
thoughts on it?
half. Like lots of the songs, we'll all find our song, and then we'll play it in the crew, and then people will pull off and take some songs. You know what I mean? We all share around. The first song was one of my favorite songs for a couple of years. That Maybe track by Ketika Russell. Had that been listening to that song for such a long time, just partying, chilling, whatever. I just always liked it. And then we had so much footage. It was a 7 minute song, and I was editing on my laptop, and I put it behind it, and I was like, "This is sick." Put that in it, Benny. He chucked that in it, and then the second song, I was like, I really wanted something that would reflect our culture and lifestyle more with our music because we can't. I don't really want to use something that we're not. So when we've discovered Posse Shot is a Melbourne rap group,
Cool.
um, from Melbourne, and like yeah, they're just local dudes that are super good at what they do, and they were blessed enough to let us use that track, and yeah, it's just a bit more about us trying to depict more about everything that we listen to or what
Yeah,
we're
that's fire.
into, and then the fantasy track happened when I was actually hanging out with my girlfriend. We were in the car and we listened to it, and I was like, "Damn, this would be an outro song." And then
Yes.
I sent it to Benny, and he had that footage of the X Games, and I remember watching it. I was like, "Yeah, we've fucking done it. This is it, Benji. You've done it. Like you've got those clips because if we didn't have those clips." At the end with the X Games with the boys and Benny's filming certain things, it wouldn't have wrapped it all together.
Yeah, for real. It was a complete, I don't know what the word is. It was a complete vibe. It was a masterpiece.
Thank
I
you,
don't say
thank
that
you,
lightly. Masterpiece, man.
thank you, thank you. Shout out to Benny.
Shout out to Benny. I fucking love Benny. I've never met him in
Yeah,
person,
he's the
but
best.
just talking to him over Zoom, I was like, I fucking love this guy.
No, literally everyone would love Ben. He's the best person in the world.
He's so nice. Um,
Very nice.
we talked about Aussie riders that I should know about. That's good. Uh,
Amazing.
we talked about Troy Charlesworth. I'm trying to look at my notes. Let's talk about your painting. 3 years ago on that podcast, you were talking about you were doing commission work, and that's how you were
Yeah,
kind of
not
making a
anymore.
living. Yeah.
Yeah,
How you making a
not
living?
anymore.
Only BMX.
Only BMX at the moment,
Fuck
which
yeah.
is good. Um, Blessed with that. But yeah, the painting sort of slowed down when I was doing like works for people I didn't really want to well, I didn't want to draw certain things. I didn't want to paint certain things and have deadlines. And then
Yeah, what
sometimes
was
you
your
come back,
worst
the
commission
customer was like,
request?
oh, just get some dog ones. Like, can you paint my dog? And I'm like, yeah, but I'm not that good at dogs. Like, but anyways,
What would you charge? Like,
I
what's the most you've charged for a commission painting, if you don't mind me asking?
probably the most I've ever charged, maybe like $1,800 for a piece.
Fuck yeah. Good for
But
you.
thank you. But if you get into shows and galleries and stuff like that, your artwork goes up. So
Like,
I feel like the commission work can kind of hold you at a certain level. I felt like if I was keeping on doing commissions, I could bump up my price a little bit, but I want to kind of go try put it in galleries or
dude,
something. I
it's
don't
an
know in the future.
interesting like arena to start getting into after like the grind of BMX and getting good and finding your style, and then eventually like you can turn it into something. And it's the same in
Mm,
painting. Like if you're
mm,
just doing commission work and you're not developing your style and like getting to the point where you can have your own showcase and people's then you like explode. You know what I mean?
mm.
Making sense? It's
Yeah,
just like a
no,
similar dynamic in all industries.
yeah. It's the same thing. You just work your way up. But it's kind of, I was thinking too, it's kind of annoying to think, it's not annoying. It's just like, oh, fuck, here we go. I got to go on the grind for another
Yeah.
6 years if I really want to achieve something that I like because BMX has been so good to me,
Yeah.
So it's, you kind of hold that value up. So, you know, thinking about the future and other things other than BMX is kind of a daunting thought sometimes because it's like you invest all your time and your money into it and there's not much of a retirement plan.
There's definitely not much of a retirement plan. Yeah. That is daunting, huh?
Yeah.
Fucking
So
A.
that's just what I think. It's just like you could put, yeah.
Go on.
Yeah. I just think like sometimes you could put like your time and effort and your resources into the things that could make you more money and set your life up better. But BMX gives you this lifestyle that money can't buy, like the freedom.
Yeah.
But it's just
It's a
yeah.
trade-off, dude.
Mm.
100%. I've had that
It's like what?
exact conversation so many times of just like,
Yeah.
man, you talking to the other homies, like, if we put as much time and effort into anything else, like selling life insurance instead of, what we do
Mm.
on a BMX bike, man, we could be
Mm.
millionaires.
Yeah, yeah. But it's just that passion that grabs you from the start, just
Yeah.
sucks you in and it keeps you there.
Yeah. It's so
Like
fucking cool.
I've I've phased out of everything in my life, every sport, but this is the only thing that I've literally lasted in. So I'm just like, damn, must be really special.
I remember phasing out I played basketball in high school, and my
Mm,
dad was very involved in my basketball career. But when I told him, because I discovered, I started riding mountain bikes, and then I got my homie Cleon. He owns Neighbors Skate Shop. Love Cleon. He showed me Voices and Animal Can I Eat, and then he was like, "You got to get a BMX bike." So we got a used one, and then I don't know. A year later, I told my dad, I was like, "I'm gonna quit the basketball team so that I can focus on BMX. I'd love it." And he said,
mm.
Robert, I don't think that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Did you have a similar situation with your family?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. It was a big thing. It was because my brothers and sisters all had their career routes quite
Laid out.
laid out. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
it was quite easy for my parents to let go and let them do their thing. But with me, it was kind of like, what the fuck are you gonna do? Like,
You're gonna ride your bicycle?
yeah, who's gonna pay you? And I
Yeah.
remember telling them, I was like, you just wait. I'm gonna get a fucking energy drink contract and it's gonna go, blah blah blah. But my dad was telling me that I was just living in a fantasy land. Like, it's just, what are you doing? And it's because I wasn't doing well in school, um, and because I was just way too enthused about riding.
You were
And
just
then
biking. You didn't give a shit about school?
yeah, yeah. Like you'd walk into my room and be like, turn that edit off. Like, what are you keep watching writing? Like, what are you doing? You should be studying. But I
Just
completely understand it now. But at the time I was like, what the fuck? But yeah, it was a big thing. Like writing was definitely not a thing I wanted to talk about openly and like because yeah, it just seemed like it was just such a dream. Like it
It's a
was just
big
not
risk, dude. Like,
just a big risk.
yeah.
So it just there was, and especially with Australian riders too, it felt like there was a threshold that we'd all get to, um, especially as street riders. So
Yeah.
I don't know. There was just it was just like, all right, well, okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
You better
So
keep learning tricks, dude.
yeah, yeah.
Better go to
It was
Monster Camp.
yeah, I did go to Monster Camp.
What is Monster Camp? Is that Monster Energy they put on a camp?
No. Monster
Tell me
Camp
about
is
Monster
just
Camp, dude. You guys
Monster
talked about
Camp
that
is
in the
just
head angle.
Monster Camp was just like a Woodward camp, but for an Australian skate park. So you
Ah,
go
okay.
there, sleep in a hotel with all your boys, and then ride all fucking day and be stoked.
Yes.
But
Throw the pads on, learn all the new tricks.
learn all the new tricks, do bar spins, tail whips, and you're on.
Fuck yeah.
But yeah, that was fun. Those were fun days. That was just, yeah, we always reminisce on just literally not wanting to do anything else but just ride your bike
Yeah,
constantly.
me too. I miss those days a lot. Now
Life gets in the way.
Yeah, you gotta. I don't know. You don't have to do shit. I could just quit everything and be a BMX bum if I wanted to, but I don't want to.
Yeah, but
Um, is there any tricks? Speaking of Monster Jam and learning all the tricks, is there any tricks that have eluded you that you wish that you could do still?
what that I've done that I can't do now, or ones that I've always wanted to do?
Yeah, I guess both.
The one I've always wanted to do, oh, I've always wanted to do like a front crank thing to like a tail whip. So on scooters, funny.
Whoa.
You know how scooters do the front board whips?
Yeah.
I'm sure
Dude.
you could fucking
You
you could
front
pump an
crank
up
arm to
rail.
an upper whip?
No, to like normal whip. So you just like you go front crank and then you tail whip, and it's like almost like a downside whipping.
Shoo. I'm trying to picture it. You right foot forward, right?
Yeah. Actually, you could try it to down whip because you kind of swing back in that momentum and you could kick it. I'm sure Garrett could fucking do it.
Fucking A, I've never seen that. That's an awesome one. That's a good idea.
But that's one that I've always thought about. But
Hey, everybody watching, if you're on Instagram and you pull that trick, you better tag Lewis.
yeah, yeah.
I don't think that's ever been done. Do you think that's been
Front
done?
crank variations. Give me front crank whip.
What'd you do in your part? You did front crank 180 bar? Is that right?
Nah.
What'd
No,
you
I did
do?
that at a Vans contest.
You just did a
ago.
good long front crank 180?
In my new one?
Yeah, and the Fiending one. Am I tripping? Or is that in your Channel Trace one? Eclaw.
I can't even remember. Oh no, I did a crook crank and a crank in my controller one, a longer one.
The controller one, yeah. It was just a long front crank.
Yeah, it was a long front crank that was near Jackman's Country Town. Yeah,
that trick is sick. I love that trick.
Yeah,
I got to film. Nick Bullen was fucking with that when I was filming for Sabrosa, and he did it down like a 5-stair, and I was like, "Whoa, so cool!"
That's still gnarly today. Sam Jones can do it really well, but anytime I see someone do a front crank down a rail, I'm like, damn.
Dude, talking about somebody who's had like a good couple of weeks, Sam Jones, like the Jones in California video was unbelievable, and then his. Yeah, he's so fucking dialed that at Battle of Hastings to be able to do that flatland shit, the hang 5, whiplash back, and all that in a contest. Oh, the 3 to crook, get the fuck out of here, dude. Like,
yeah, truck to crook.
Yeah,
he was also going for 3 tires. He didn't pull that, but it's like he's gonna land that.
Yeah, 100%.
And like he does that hang 5 and he stands up. He's like,
yep.
Yeah, that's sick.
And making it.
He's cool. Like, he's the best dude ever too.
By bringing it to another ledge at the end of it. Like if you're gonna do that flatland trick in a line, you gotta bring it back to a ledge, and it's just tastefully done.
He did it the perfect way. When I remember all of us watching that, we were like, that's sick.
Yes, sir. Have you tried that shit? That fucking hang?
No way.
What's it called?
Way.
Hang 10 nothing?
I don't know. Hang nothing. Hang fucking stand up.
Hang loose, brother. Hang loose, party boy.
Hang loose. But shout out to Sam Jones. He's a mad dog.
Shout out to Sam Jones. I've never met you, Sam Jones, but I love your writing.
Him and I had a big fight on the outside of Hastings one year. All of us were wrestling. Literally, the whole of the bar came outside and it was us riders and we're all just doing fun wrestling, but it just turned into just a grudge match. Oh my God. I don't know if anyone's talked about this, but yeah, everyone was getting choked out. I was getting choked out. Everyone's just wrestling on the street. Chase Hawk's organizing all the fights. Like, it was hilarious.
Now I got a picture of Chase Hawk like in a referee uniform with a whistle, going around officiating a bunch of wrestling matches outside of a bar.
And there's people coming around ripping everyone's shirts off. It was just
sounds like a BMX party to me, man. God damn.
Yeah, it's literally the best party you'll go to.
All right, if you had to pick
maybe not that
one homie out of, this is another weird question, out of Jackman, Jordan, who's the best J?
Who's the best J?
That's another question from the homie.
They all have their qualities.
Yeah.
Who would I take? Jordy's good. Jackman. I think honestly, Jackman and I have hung out with each other for so long now that I feel like we could probably take Jackman, but Jimmy could fix anything. So if anything went wrong, Jimmy's got ya. And Jordan,
man, we always need a guy like that.
Yeah, and Jordan would cook and clean for you.
All right, we can keep all three J's, man.
Just keep them all. They're all the best.
All right, we got two. All right, two sections left. All right, I'm gonna hit you with some rapid fires that I want to ask, and then I hit up Sauce for some questions, and we will end the interview with the Sauce question.
Fucking hell.
All right. First of all, what's your proudest clip? Like what clip are you most proud of?
The last one, the jump over to the rail, definitely, because it's like I don't really do two belly chip where I'm kind of out of my comfort zone and I'm like, well, this might not work. I'm kind of always more calculated because I don't really want to get hurt.
Yeah.
So but that one I was just like, fuck it.
Yes.
Like, who cares? Like, I haven't fallen so long hard. Like, shit, maybe it's time now. Let's just go for it. Even if I crash, the clip will be sick.
I love that.
But yeah, it's definitely that one because I'm not. Actually, you know what? When back in the day, I did a bar crank switch bar, and I literally tried that for over like probably congested over like 5 days, but over a long, long time. And I don't do that anymore. Like, try a trick for fucking forever and
for
like
5 days and get frustrated.
5 days because it was out of my realm, but I just wanted it so bad. That's why it ended up happening. That's why it took so long. But
dude, after you landed, it kind of feels like sex.
Honestly, it didn't feel real. I felt weightless. I was standing up on my bike and I was like, oh my God, it's over.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Dude, all right, so let's linger on this rail hop to ice, or ledge hop to ice. How like tell me just a little bit about leading up to that. What was that fucking day like? Is that just a day? Where is that in Sydney?
Yeah, that was just in Sydney. That was just an afternoon, and I think we had a few people around. LC had a bit of a schedule, so I think we had to get it done. I think I wanted a photo or something, and that kind of influenced it. And it was coming to the end of the edit. We had all of it up, but we didn't have a couple bangers. And I was like, dude, I just want to get some scary fucking clips to wrap this up because it will make up for all the time that we put into it. It's like a couple bangers can take an edit from there to there. So I think that 2 weeks leading up to it, I'd known about the spot for like a year, but I was just like ready for it. And then I just did a couple hops over a Jersey barrier that was similar height. I measured them out.
Dude, when you said you did a couple of hops, I was picturing you hopping that setup and landing in the stairs or some shit.
I was thinking about doing that, but then I was like, man, if I eat shit just doing the stair one, nah. So I was doing the hops over the Jersey barrier, like did it maybe 5 times, but I didn't want to think about it too much, because I didn't want to wig myself out because I've done it there before, I think. So I just wanted to keep it quick, made sure Benny was up there quick and smart because I hate it when I get to a spot and it takes like the camera guy like 40 minutes to set up. I run off like the adrenaline of like I just need to do it now. So Benny knows it. Benny gets up there quick, smart, fucking boom, see him. And then once I hopped it, I like marked out a little carve in the rock where the rail was, and
It's just
when I jumped up the
completely
gutter,
blind.
yeah, it's completely blind. You can't see nothing, so
Fuck.
you just see the thing. So I wasn't even that scared about it, but I just didn't want to clip.
Yeah. Well, you made sure of
So
that. Yeah.
I was just worried about the hop. I was like, you know what? Doesn't matter. Once if I'm over there, I'll do a crook, a switch pegs, nice. I hang out and shit. I'll hold on. You know,
Yeah.
I'm not clipping at all. So
Yes.
when I hop up the gutter and I'm looking at the marking, I don't think I even looked at it because I just fucking rode straight and I just hopped. And I remember when I hopped, there was like a little triangle piece on the top of the cement, the sandstone, and it just made it that little bit like, oh. So I pick up, and once I picked up my back end, I was like, oh my god, I'm going so quick. And like in the air at that moment, I felt like it was slow-mo, and I was just like, please, 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 please. And then it just goes dink, and then my bike's level, and I ride away, and I was like, yes, get in. Like I don't have to do that again. But I remember when I rolled around, because I didn't snag my front peg, because I wanted to double peg it. Like I
Yeah.
wanted to hop over perfect and just like smash into the rail. But because I was scared, you know, I just went too fast, pulled up, and I'm just like, to me, I find it looks a little jank, but fuck it. But
Yeah. Ben said that
I
you
was just happy
said,
that
do
I
I have to do
landed
that
real,
again?
real.
Do I have to
Yeah, I
do that
was like,
again?
do I have to do that again? Because like it's not even a grind, man. It's not an ice, it's not a feeble, it's nothing. I just call it a fucking whatever grind.
It's
But
survival grind. It's an ice
survival
pick.
grind. Yeah.
I'll fight
But
to the death. It's an ice pick, dude. It's a back peg only, and your front tire's not on the rail. It's an ice pick.
yeah, we'll take it.
Yeah.
But once I hit two tires, I was cool with anything. Because if I went head first and then boom, boom, I would have had to do it again. But because I landed double tire, I was like, you know what, fuck it. It'll be
Yes,
fine.
sir.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. That's a good clip, man.
Thank you.
That's an understatement. It's a pretty good clip there, kiddo.
Yeah, good job, buddy.
Good job, buddy. Keep it up, and you'll make it someday.
Yeah, bigger.
Here's a fun one. What's your happiest memory with Ben?
Maybe sitting on Garrett's balcony and I'm chilling there and you know, sparked a little joint. We're just sitting there and it's him and I on Garrett's balcony and we're just having a beer, you know, and we're just like, yeah, Benny, we fucking did it, didn't we?
Look at us. Yeah,
You
we
know?
fucking didn't,
Yeah.
we? That's gotta feel
Yeah.
good.
Because it does feel good. It feels good that we just like, yeah, grew up on things with those dudes and now we're a part of it. So we always have these little moments where we're just like, fuck yeah, what the hell? No way.
Yeah.
I have, yeah, we always have those. And just like, I don't know, driving with him down to Melbourne is awesome. Like he's like stayed up with me in the car when we've been driving too late. And, you know, we're just chatting, seeing shooting stars, cute little things like that. I love it with
Yeah.
Benny.
I love it.
But any moment with him is fucking, it's a good one.
Yeah, I can't imagine much. Have you ever, I mean, a friendship this long, you've had to have some beef or some arguments. But honestly, I picture with Ben, it's just happy all the time.
Yeah. Well, it's hard for us because we're both nice, but we still get pissed off about things, but we're not too vocal about it. So it's like more or less like inner beef. It's like you're pissed off with each other, but you don't want to talk about it because you don't want to hurt each other's feelings because we've known each other for so long that, you know, we'll end up getting over it. But, you know, sometimes we can get under each other's skin for sure.
Yeah.
I piss off Ben so much. I want to piss him off because I want him to react sometimes because he's too nice. You know, I'm like, no, Ben, tell me to fuck off. Tell me, punch me.
Say it, Ben.
And he likes it, you know?
That's how.
But we take things from each other all the time. I take a lot of things from Ben, and I think he takes some things from me. So it's a good little teamwork thing.
Yeah, I love it. I think that just hearing from him how much of an impact you had on his life and like his filming and all that is fucking awesome. I think you're I don't know, you're a life force, and you're out here and you fucking, I don't know, you've manifested this shit, dude. Your life is incredible. Proud of you.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you, bro.
What are the ingredients? What makes a good BMX video?
Someone's individuality.
Briefly. Yeah.
Someone's individuality and good camera, good song, and nothing too extreme. Like keep it within the realm of what we do. We're bike riders and we make bike edits. Let's not make it too fucking crazy. You know, we're not Picasso. We're not bloody Steven Spielberg. You know, we're BMX riders and we make cool BMX videos. I think it should be about the riding, the individual, their taste on it, their funk to what they're doing, what they can bring different, and then yeah, just a good steady filmer. Nothing too shaky, nothing too shit. So
Love it.
filming's got to be good.
It really does. It makes
Yeah,
such a big. I could watch like mediocre writing with excellent filming all day
yeah, yeah.
over
All day. That's the same with me
banger writing on a homie cam.
on
I
a
feel
homie
bad for
cam.
some people, you know, who don't
Yeah,
can't who don't have a filmer. You know, it's a little
but
bit
they
of
just
luck
got
of
to
the draw.
realize you got to find someone in and you got to prioritize them and you got to help them and because they're helping you.
Yeah,
So that's up to them. Like Benny didn't just come out the blue and say he wanted to do all these things. I had to come up with ideas and help him and kind of teamwork it all out. Like you got
yeah,
to find your guy and you got to help him.
dude. And now he's got a future in videography. Like we were talking about his outside of BMX video work, and it's like he's got
Yeah,
potential there. It's just fucking awesome.
yeah. Oh,
You know,
true. And I got this tattoo. Look, Benny.
hey, no shit. Fuck yeah.
Yeah,
I'm gonna take a picture real quick. Hold it. Benny, my man. That's
yeah.
great. You know who
Benny's
is
my
getting a
dude.
camera on that note? Casey Starling just told me that he picked up a camera, and him and Harrison Akari, you know those two, they're gonna be
Yeah,
passing them shits back and forth
Casey
and
Star.
filming
He's
each other.
sick.
He's
He's the
so sick,
best.
dude.
He's the best. I was telling him, I was like, "You're the dude.
He really is the dude. It's fucking
He's the
awesome.
dude."
We covered tricks you can't do that you wish you could. What's
I
your
wish I could do a flip whip again. Actually,
Okay, I'll take it. A flip whip. Like, what do you mean again? Is there footage of you doing a flip whip?
yeah, yeah. Back in the day, I used to be able to backflip tail whip, but not anymore. But I reckon, fuck, I might dust off the cobwebs and try one this year. Oh, next year.
Shoo! You gotta send
Fucking
me
Kevin
that,
Fries doing flare whips over a bumps is like nothing. So
dude. That was so good.
so
Uh,
good.
you gotta send me that flip whip clip.
I will. I will.
All right. Favorite song at the moment?
Oh my god. Oh my god. This is so hard. Umi says by Most Def or Feelings by Aswad. ASWAD. I was listening to that song. I popped out of Garrett's house in the morning, putting the bikes in the rack, and his next door neighbor was in his front yard just pumping this song, and the whole street could pretty much hear it. And he was
Sick.
just vibing to himself, and it was a good tune. And I don't know, it's just stuck with me, and I've just been bumping it ever since.
I love it. How'd you figure out what it was? Did you walk over and be like,
Shazam that! I was just like,
what
what's
song is
going on
this?
here? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's dope.
But yeah.
All right, this might be a tough one, but what's your favorite BMX team besides Fiend?
I spent a little time with the Kink boys in France just for a couple of days, and they're awesome. I like Kink.
I love Kink, dude.
Kink's awesome.
Old Kink and new Kink is fucking awesome.
Yeah, yeah, they got a great team.
Good job,
J-Ro's
J-Bro.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, J-Ro is awesome. They let me crash there for a couple of nights. They're just real nice. Calvin's awesome. Other than that, I'm trying to think what other teams. Help me out here.
Sabrosa, Shadow, We the People,
Shadow,
fucking
We the
Doomed.
People.
Doomed might be
Yeah.
my favorite. Even though it's not an official, team, but
True, it's not an official team, but I guess
Sunday
it's almost an official
Odyssey.
team. Sunday Odyssey. Yeah, I'd say Kink's really like pushing like for those videos and
Yeah, you got Nathan, you got Casey.
yeah, Nathan, Casey, Dan, Hobie.
Ooh,
They got the
Hobie's-
girls on there now. The girls are cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're doing.
Who's your
cool
favorite
things.
girl rider? That's a new one.
Linda or Paris.
Linda just won the Nora Cup, right?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
Linda's sick. She goes hard, man. She goes
Yeah.
fucking hard, and
Really
she has like a really authentic passion for riding. You can tell. It's like she's got the bug.
Yeah.
That's all she wants to do, you know.
Yep.
And I like Paris because she just makes it look super good.
Yeah. Dude, Angie too. I like watching Angie flow. She can air out.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a different.
Yeah,
It's interesting.
When someone can flow around the ball, it looks so good,
Yeah.
so good.
And
But
just
yeah,
going in the
I'd say
air,
that's-
I've always wanted to just be able to float, even like half
Yeah.
as high as a mediocre rider. I can get above coping this high. And
Yeah,
it's
I'm pretty
so
much
fucking
almost
scary.
about the same now. I'm petrified of airing above coping.
It's that feeling
It's
of
scary.
weightlessness, dude, is pretty spooky for me.
And just dying in an instant.
Yeah. Who's next? Who's next up? We did mention Casey, and you said
Casey.
Yeah.
Casey is.
That's a good answer.
Like, who else? Who else is there? Trying to think. It's hard to think on the spot, but Casey's the dude.
Solid answer. He's next.
I believe in Casey.
Me too. Okay, my last question. Can I commission some artwork from you? Can we put
Maybe
a little,
just for you?
Just something that you make, I can buy and put on this wall right here?
Yeah, I got you.
Fuck yeah. You might already have something that you could sell me and I could hang up right there. Dude.
Yeah, I got some shit. Some shit back at home, some small things. How big do you want it? That big?
About this big.
Yo.
My mom got into woodworking, scroll sawing, and so this was her first project. She was like taking up her new hobby a couple of years ago. Now she kicks ass. She can do all these intricate designs and shit. But she was like, Robert loves BMX, so she gets
it's the best. Go
painted
moms.
wood, yeah. Go moms. All right, that's my last question. Are you ready for the sauce ones?
Yeah, go.
I'm gonna bug you about that. I really want something from you. And I'll pay.
We can definitely do it.
I'm sure the shipping won't be cheap either. Let's go.
The shipping will be like a couple $100, but we can do it.
All right, first thing from Sauce, he says he has the only lowrider in Australia. What does that mean?
Nah, there's heaps of lowriders, but in my area where I'm from, you wouldn't see a car like that. Like you wouldn't see a 61 Bel Air on bags going up and down in a bright yellow. You just don't see those sort of cars. So it does feel special. But in the greater Sydney area, there is some lowriders around. But that color and that model, like there's only 1,100 made in Australia because it's right-hand drive. So they're already rare. And I got one.
Hey, that's fire.
Yeah. She's a beauty.
I need you guys to incorporate that into your social media presence, please, so that I can enjoy looking at it.
Well, you've seen it. I posted on my gram.
Well, then maybe I just don't fucking watch your gram enough. All right.
Yeah, I try not to boast about it too much, but fuck me, I'm gassed on that car.
Yeah, hell yeah. Sauce's next statement. It's not even a question, but let's discuss the inevitable. This one's funny. Yeah. The inevitable transfer of power between Garrett and himself.
What do you mean?
I think he means like you're gonna take over the GOAT status, dude.
Nah.
Sauce is controversial, man.
Nah. I know that for a fact. I know that there's no way that I could ever have that impact of what he did. Like when you think about it,
100%.
He has run this shit for more than 10 years. Like everyone wants to be like him, in my opinion. Yeah. For so long. Everyone.
He's our Tiger Woods. He's our
he is the Tiger Woods. Yes,
he's the one.
Like I don't think of
Sean
myself
White,
like that.
Michael Phelps. You know, maybe someday you can get there. How old is Garrett?
He's 31, but yeah, he's just a GOAT. Every sport has their person, and he's just the person. I think I'm more or less like what's it called? He's the bloke that's crazy on the Bulls team.
Dennis Rodman.
Maybe just a really chill Dennis Rodman. You know, I got my.
But you're on the Bulls, you know. Yeah,
I'm on the Bulls. You know? I'm on the Bulls. I'm there.
No, you know what, dude? You're Steve Kerr.
In the mix. Yeah, okay, we'll do that.
Steve Kerr's sick, and obviously Sauce is fucking around. Like Garrett's the best, but it would be funnier if you were just like, yeah, I'm gonna take over.
It's mine.
It's my company now, Scarface style, dude.
Hey, yo, Frank, go fuck yourself.
This one is inappropriate because you have a girlfriend now.
Yeah.
All right, we'll skip that one. 4th of July in Huntington Beach. Anyway,
oh my God.
His receding hairline.
It was so funny. He gets back. I love this for Sauce. He's just like, he sees me when I was there a couple months ago, and he's like, "Fucking hell, hairline's gone back fucking way more." I'm just like, "Fuck you, man."
I fucking love Sauce so much, dude. It's crazy.
It's good. It's good. I'm rocking the receding hairline. It's the more experienced look, in my opinion.
That
Fuck you
is,
all with your beautiful, luscious hair.
yeah. I fear it because I think it comes from your mom's dad, your hairline. I read that sometime.
Nah. My mom's dad has a fucking beautiful one. I don't know
Okay.
where mine went,
So then maybe
but
that's just like an urban legend that I'm tripping on because I'm
yeah.
worried about my shit, you know.
Nah,
But
don't even sweat it. Don't even sweat it.
that's right.
Gives you a little look.
Then the thing is,
You know what I
like,
mean?
I'm
Run
not
it.
gonna be. Yeah, look at you. That's not even receding that bad, bro.
Oh, it's
But
pretty bad.
if you go fully bald, you can't be out of shape. Like you can, it's one or the other. You can be out of shape and have a good head of hair, but you can't be bald and fat.
Mate, I reckon it's just all about your confidence. Fuck it. No matter what you look
I
like.
I reckon I agree with that, dude.
Honestly, you can rock whatever because you see it on certain people. Like you'll be around, even at a bar, whatever. And if someone has a certain flavor about their personality and they have this weird look, you think it's interesting. You don't think
There
it's
is
like a
something
bad
to
thing.
it. Yeah, I agree.
It's something to it, you know. So it's not a bad thing.
We were just talking about
But
that. I was talking about that with somebody. This girl posted a picture, and I was just like, yeah, I'm not sure if I'm that attracted to her, but her confidence is fucking so attractive. You know,
yeah, just
that's
rock
what
it.
it is.
Whatever you got, rock it.
That's the spirit.
Yeah.
The night he landed at LAX, and I met him for the first time. This is Sauce, and we went to some restaurant, and Denim and I got shit faced and made this 16-year-old Australian drive home from LA and his first 2 hours ever being in the States. That must have been a trip, dude, because you're on the wrong side of the road.
It was the best. I always talk about this trip, like just getting there. It was like I just got shoved into this new world. It's just like here, and I'm just looking around, and everyone's nuts, and I'm loving it.
Your
Like
first
staying
experience is
with
Sauce and Denim being drunk at a restaurant. That's amazing.
Sauce, Denim, Spreet, Travis,
Oh my
Jared,
god, the best of people.
Francis. Like it was everyone, Ethan, they were all popping around the house, Jacob, all the time. It was constant for 10 days, just every rider jumping in the car, and every day was fucking hilarious. They're all the best boys.
The golden era of the common days, man. You tapped in like
Yeah.
right there.
Right at the end, I was hanging out.
It's wild that that was like the end of the common crew.
I
But
know. I thought that was just getting started, man.
man, I got some. They came out to Arizona, and
Oh, that's when I first heard about you because Source was saying he got pissed with you one night and then he woke up on a porch.
yeah,
On a random person's porch.
on my boss's. So I was house sitting for my boss, and I was like, "Sure, boys, come out, let's party and ride." And then Sauce sleeps on the neighbor's porch, and then my boss gets a phone call, and I was never able to watch his house again.
Oh, mate.
Fuck that guy anyway.
Yeah, fuck him. Source is a legend.
That caller I referred to got him on Fiend, according to Ennis after the fact. All right, so let's see. The first time he came out to my place, he was riding for Volume Demo, and then we already talked about this. So he's saying Sauce is saying he had an hour-long call with Tony Ennis, co-signing your marketable personality, top-notch biking, ability to get along with anybody, humor (parentheses the full package). Lou, you're the full package, dude. Even at 16. And that call I referred to got him on Fiend, according to Ennis after the fact. So
There you go.
that's fucking awesome. Shout out Sauce.
Thanks, sausage. Yeah, but he just like kind of lit a fire with my personality because he was fun and he was a shit talker and he didn't give a fuck. Like
He really doesn't give a fuck. It's amazing.
He's way more fun than I am, you know. Like he kind of influences me to be a bit more fun and let go
yeah.
and you know those people like encourage it and you just have fun with them. Like I just had so much fun with Sauce and I just talk shit with him. We just bag on each other, you know.
Yeah, that's the best. Those are my favorite friends. The ones you
Yeah,
like,
because it was just straight away. It was just
it's just
shit
like,
talking.
look at you little dumb shit. You ready to drive on the wrong side of the road? I'm fucking drunk.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah, like I'd be trying to trick and he'd be like, fuck, that was whack. What are you doing? Do this.
Yes.
And I'd look at him and I'd be like, are you fucking for real? But then he'd just like, yeah, fair enough.
That's facts, dude. That's real homie shit. I love that.
Yeah, and I like that when someone's transparent with me and they just tell me what the fuck's going on with their mind because everyone's thinking of shit, even if they're talking shit, you know. Everyone thinks bad things, so just say it.
Yeah, and I don't know if it comes from a place of like love, obviously. Like it's
Yeah,
not
yeah,
like he's like, I hate you and you suck.
yeah,
It's like
yeah.
he's
You
on
know
your
he's got your
side.
back, but
Yeah,
he
exactly.
just wants the best out of it.
Yep. Dude, that's
Yeah.
it. That's it,
Wow,
Lou. We did it.
it's been good, man.
Thank you
Thanks for
for
having me
doing
on.
this. Yeah, this
No, no
fucking
worries.
amazing.
Yeah.
Any
What's gonna be the plan for you? You're gonna be going to bed now? You're gonna have another tequila shot?
No, I'm going to bed. I'm about to
Yeah.
take my melatonin actually.
Oh yeah.
I gotta run a challenge in the morning. Um, oh,
What are you running?
I guess before we go, so I'm running a
Yeah.
challenge, a real estate challenge. If anybody, actually, this will air in 2 weeks. A
No,
challenge.
do it. Do it.
Where it's like on Zoom, and we're gonna get this dude his first wholesale deal. Wholesaling real estate is like finding a property and then selling the contract. It's what Sauce does now, actually. You might know
Okay, you
what
sell
it
the
is.
contract to who?
It's like flipping a contract, basically. Instead of flipping a house, you find a house that needs to be worked on, and there's a lot of value to be made by a real fix and flipper. You just find the deal, get it locked up in contract. Like I'll buy it for $180,000, but I know that if you fix it up, it's worth $300,000, and you just take a little chunk. You can make 10 grand just finding a deal. Sauce did it. Like he grinded on the phones for I think like 4 months, didn't get anything. And then his first deal, he got a check for 35 grand. And it's just like, word.
Damn.
Yeah, it's a fucking
And you're teaching people how to do it?
lucrative industry. Yeah, the guy that I work for teaches people how to do it. He sells a course.
Well,
He's
teach
fucking
me.
yeah.
I'll join the Zoom call. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm trying to make some money.
Let's go. I'll get you in astro flipping. That's what it's called.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Can you do it here?
Yeah, you can join the Zoom tomorrow. That they're going over a software to. Yeah, I'll fucking send you a link. Easy.
Come on.
The last word is, if you're giving advice to a young hungry kid, you know, all the Lewis Mills fans who want to be like you when they grow up in BMX, what's your advice? If you could talk to your 14-year-old self, what would you say?
Make good edits. Do a little just be more focused on it. One big project, one big idea, and like take it in intervals and just be more excited about creating something. I guess that's just in my mind. That's how I wanted it. I wanted it to create, you know, the edits and stuff like that. So I'd just say be more maybe edit focused and have fun and be creative with a filmer, and you'll have a relationship with a filmer for a long time and you get to experience some good things. So focus on edits, be yourself. Don't do what I did and just try what everyone else is doing at a certain level and try and match it. Like take and pull from people, of course, because that's what we all do, but try and mold your own thing once you get the ingredients. And yeah, just don't be scared to let your ideas come out into your edits and stuff like that, because yeah, individual taste is the most.
Fuck yeah.
I don't know.
That's great advice, man. Honestly, that's fire.
Yeah.
We can end on that.
Fuck yeah.
All right. Goodbye, everyone. Shout out Dig
Goodbye,
BMX. Check out digbmx.com. Make sure you like and subscribe. And Lewis Mills, it's been a pleasure. Nora Cup winner. Congratulations.
Thanks for having me, man. It was a good chat.
I look forward to, I don't know, seeing you mop around in your lowrider on Instagram when I lurk you tonight.
Make sure I post it.
Dude, seriously.
I'm excited to see what you do with the podcast too. It's like, it seems like it's getting some good momentum, and it's like, yeah, it's really coming something. So
I really appreciate you saying, let's do it. Because you're one of those dudes that I was like, I don't want to bother him and ask him, you know? It's such a weird
but
thing.
we've had good times. We've met each other, and I fuck with you, what you do, and you're a good person. So yeah, of course I'd want to do it.
Love you, you dog, Lou.
Love you, dog.
And I think the rest of us BMX nerds love you too, man.
Love you all.
All right, let's stop this recording. Goodbye, folks. Hello, you've reached the end of the video. Thank you for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next week's episode. I have no idea who it's going to be.